Ja, ja. En dan kwam.
하늘 언어의 천문입니다. 다자연지 수고
사람이 많이 오기 때문에. 잠깐만. 좀 더. 라인도 일자로 맞춰. 라인이 지금 이렇게 됐잖아. 그게 이게 간격을 좁혀갖고 방생을 하면 되는 거예요. 이거 여기 놔두면 사람이 불편해서 들어가고. 기준에 맞춰가지고.
똘똘하게 잘 나왔네.
근데 그 사진을 골라야 되나요? 지금 마스크명이 사진 찍은 거 골라오고 있는데
얘기했어요?
이거는 제가 영상에서 제가 좀 모른 게 그래서 그 사진을 좀 어떻게 보여드릴까요? 동영상은 바로 그냥 말씀드려
그러면 클릭 쭉 넘어가게.
다 그냥 굉장히 많은데
대표적인 거 있잖아요. 우리가 당연한데 여기 다 학교 회장면식만 큰 거, 그룹으로 나온 거, 하나하나 1,400만 원 그룹으로 나온 거, 그런 거, 공략법 저런 거 있잖아요. 그냥 1,400만 원 빼고. 또 그렇게 하겠지. 그거 있잖아요. 분리탕에서 그 매니저인데 그거 주고 1,400만 원. 그리고 1,400만 원 애들 막 어필 막 해서
동영상은 안 되고요. 동영상은 이 작업을 하기 때문에 안 되고
사진밖에
동영상은 저 인터뷰 할 것만 보여줘야 되고요. 사진 지금 할 때는 사진 마스명이 초이스 사진 찍은 중에서 괜찮은 걸 골라서 일단 나중에 그걸로 해서 보여주다가
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Successful.
그 선정하는 사람 리스트를 좀 작성해 주고 지금 지금 시스터가 안정하거든. 가운데 자는 나 세팅하고 그다음에 이제 ceremony. 네, 중심합니다. 하늘 천녀님 전에 상신합니다. 천녀님의 명에 의해 해진 오순탁 정심 1원 6년 경인년 6월 21일자 1266회의 정심회와 더불어서 살아계신 가족의 가신제를 축원하겠습니다.
Must have Mr. Point 천천히. Set up Mr. Point 천천히. 제니 플리스 어퍼와인트 전도님. Carry please 어퍼와인트 divinities. Janet please 어퍼와인트 ancestors. Peter please 어퍼와인트 divinities. Anne please 어퍼와인트 ancestors. Filia, please offer wine to divinities. Kuntal, please offer wine to ancestors. I, please offer wine ancestors. Mira, please offer wine to ancestors.
하나님께 경배의 맥스의 마우스 하늘 천녀님 전에 상신하옵니다. 천녀님이시여, we are having 1266 week 정심의 Sunday ceremony together with the passenger ceremony for the Sarah Western. All of us, we respect the heaven, we respect our ancestors. We do training here to remind ourselves where we come from, what we are, who we are. What we should do and where we're going. 천녀님, create all living creatures with your love, the light and energy. Designed all living creatures live a happy, healthy life with your love and care. We don't know how to express our gratitude for our life, what we are receiving from 천녀님. We've forgotten where we come from, who we are, what we should do. As a result of it, we are facing with so many issues, so many problems that we've been creating during human history. Finally, 천녀님 made the mind to help humankind to receive your the light, love, energy, to regain our original nature, real understanding of who we are, what we should do. We feel so grateful for being here. So many years of 천모님's the training and her devotion. We are here and we can respect the heaven and all the ancestors, and we cultivate ourselves and receive your love, energy, and the light to regain happiness in the hearts and accomplish our wishes. We have the fruit of a human mind, jealousy, hatred, greed, arrogance. Once we remove a human mind, we can create the beautiful place that 천녀님 wants us to create, and we can share what we have with those who are in need, and we can really create the beautiful world. Everybody respect the heaven, respect the ancestors, appreciate their life, and they make a contribution to 천녀님, the world and the people in this world. We caught up with our physical life, and we forgot we come from the heaven. We have to return to the heaven. 천녀님 desperately want to help the humankind to come back to 천녀님's words, with the complete state, which is the state of happiness and health. All of us, we do training to remove human mind and regain our original nature. And during the training, we receive so much the love and the care, and we getting the light back that help us to create a space for people, things we can offer for people in this world. We just come back from South Africa, the trip. Really thank you for your love and abilities. We've helped so many people with so many conditions, so many problems that we have, poverty, violence, all the conflict. Now is the time for people to thinking about who we are, what we should do, so that everybody, we have to join to clear all the karma that we've been creating during our life. And they have to listen to the Chandanim's the message, and really have to do the right job, right preparation to go back to where we come from. Chandanim, please help us to clear human mind and receive your abilities, so that during our life we use the life given to us really preciously, and we do a lot of work on behalf of Chandanim. We have a divine nature, same mind as Chandanim, and we can, thanks to Chandanim, we can do so much for the world. And all of us, today we clear our mind, showing our respect and gratitude to Chandanim, all the divinities and our ancestors. And we receive your abilities and the blessing, energy and the light, for us to be able to do the work given to us and can help the people in this world. We are human beings. Always we got lost. We don't know what to do. We don't know what is the right way. That's why we are always kneeling down in front of Chandanim with the humbleness. We ask for guidance, so that we wanna listen to Chandanim and put on the right track, so that we support your intentions. We wanna do the right job as a human beings. So always check our mind, give your abilities and energy and light to all of us, that help us to do the right things with a real happiness and gratitude. Today's ceremony is sponsored by Sarah, the Western. She's showing her beautiful heart to Chandanim, all the divinities and ancestors. So please give your abilities and the blessing and in the light to her, help her to regain her heart and guide her to the way of truth. And she's having vows angel ceremony too, so please remove all the negative energy, wandering spirit from her place. Help and say for our angels to support her. Chinese, they are showing their beautiful heart with the flowers, the food and donations. Chandranim, who know everything about human beings, help them to accomplish their wishes, help them to have a strength and a wisdom so that they face with themselves and regain the original, the nature. Chandranim, we thank you again for being here, and this new week we are more determined to do more work for humankind, get the more people here, help them to respect Chandranim, all the divinities and ancestors, so that they begin the right direction. They understand who they are, what they should do. Once we understand who we are, what we should do, we understand our purpose of our life, and we can do the things for humankind. Chandranim, all the ancestors who are doing ancestor training, please take care of them, help them to remove their karma, regain the light, and allow them to go back to the world of light. I'll report details about sponsor and those who are receiving each step of 하늘 12진법 도저딩 ancestor healing. First address, Sherwood, Holywell Lake, Wellington, Somerset, TA210ER. Second address, 6 Marion Terrace, English Bridge, Shrewsbury, SY11XQ. 대검령 임원년 6월 23일 안토니 조셜림 웨스턴, 사라조냐 을면년 5월 29일 사라 조심 웨스턴, 강진년 11월 9일 에딘버 에밀리아나 웨스턴. Those who are doing ancestor training. Patricia Teresa Browning, husband Glenshon Browning, father son Elizabeth, mother son Elizabeth, father's mother side. 24 days. Husband stepfather Donald Philip Porters, father son Elizabeth, 24 days. Shua Mohammed Abdullah Al-Subahi, husband Jabbar Abdullah Mohammed Al-Thani, deceased, 24 days. Husband, father side, mother side, her father side, mother side, 24 days. Alil Solomon, Doyens, older than 100 days. Morton Rochus, older than 100 days. Christian Subsa, older than 100 days. Carrie Freud Schreifer, older than 100 days. Alan Campbell, deceased, 100 days. Alil Solomon, Doyens, father, partner Lorraine Hashman's adopted daughter, Echet Kenneth Kede, best old ancestors, 100 days. Jeffrey Petera's mother, Rosa Petera, this is 24 days. Akita Benjamin, father side, mother side. Her ex-partner, Errol Pascal, father side, mother, 24 days. Helen Young and Young, father son Elizabeth, mother son Elizabeth, father's mother son Elizabeth. The partner Gregory Malcolm Bennett, father son Elizabeth, mother son Elizabeth, father's mother son Elizabeth. Ex-husband Charles Elijah Player Young's, father son Elizabeth, mother son Elizabeth, father's mother son Elizabeth. Raymond Blimfield, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. His stepfather, George Robert Atwell, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. His stepmother, Cynthia Vanessa, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Helena Koyagina, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Adopted father, Victor Koyagina, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit. Adopted mother, Nina Koyagina, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Peterson, Father, Son, Mother, Son, 24 days. Father David Ston's first father deceased. And Slattery, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Husband Dennis Joseph Slattery, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Kuntal Abhayakant Metal, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Zhang Muson Dong, deceased, 24 days. Raymond Brimfield, mother's brother, Frederick Glahi, deceased, 49 days. Asmina Andorba, Toyan's mother, Violetta Andorba, deceased, 49 days. Ginella Catton's mother, sister, Liz Maria, deceased, 49 days. Partner, brother, Vincent Hyacinthe, deceased, 49 days. Susan Waller's son, James Waller's partner, Natasha Claydon, Father, Son, Mother, Son, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit, 24 days. Son's partner, Father Leslie Claydon's ex-partner, Martina Olga Kurushel, deceased, 24 days. Receiving each step of 하늘 12진법. 1209 Victory, Janet Cook, third part, first step, fifth day. 1230 Victory, Alero, again Dotan, first part, sixth step, first day. 1196 Victory, Crystal Pereira, first part, first step, ninth step, sixth day. 1235 Victory, Kuntal Meta, first part, second step, third day. Diana Morrison, third part, first step, first day. 1190 Victory, Rose the Peranders, first part, ninth step, sixth day. 1207 Victory, Jaya Ready, first part, sixth step, sixth day. 1246 Victory, Motor No Shows, first part, second week, third day. 1261 Victory, Jane Shapler Bottom, first part, second step, second week, second day. Doyen Consortua, first part, fourth step, third day. Doyen Pagine, Tokyo Pagine, third part, first step, fifth day. Doyen Alice the Burns, third part, first day, last day. Doyen Yamal, third part, fifth step, sixth day. Doyen Alice Solomon, first part, second step, first day. Doyen Marco Moreno, third part, ninth step, first day. Hajima Kim Song-ye, third part, sixth step, last day. Hajima Emily Weston, third part, fifth step, second day. Hajima Yugapon, third part, seventh step, sixth day. Doyan Pradhanarada, third part, sixth step, first day. Doyan Yasmina Doraba, third part, fourth step, second day, fourth day. Doyan Monica Slavi, third part, fourth step, third day. 1223rd weekend, Matthew McGregor, first part, sixth step, third day. 928th weekend, Opera Morales, first part, seventh step, second day. 1264th weekend, Peter Stone, first part, first step, fifth day. 1250th weekend, Christian Hopper, first part, second step, third day. 1253rd weekend, Paige Gillespie, first part, fifth step, fifth day. 1250th weekend, Lubomir Strajek, first part, fifth step, third day. 1256th weekend, Janella Carton, first part, fifth step, fourth day. 841st weekend, Francis Gleason, second part, ninth step, last day. 1238th weekend, David Solomon, first part, fourth step, last day. 1225th weekend, Priya Thakur, first part, eighth step, sixth day. 1050th weekend, Miroslava Kuna, first part, 12th step, last day. 1076th weekend, Susan Wallace, first part, third step, fifth day. 1258th weekend, Eva Hamilton, first part, first step, sixth day. 1226th weekend, Luisa Carlo, first part, 12th step, last day. 1234th weekend, Dominic Colin Clark, first part, 11th step, second day. 1221st weekend, Sarah Weston, second part, fourth step, fourth day. 1206th weekend, Helen Young, first part, seventh step, fifth day. 1258th weekend, Jenny Sears, first part, fifth step, last day. 1235th weekend, Joanna Pritchard Barrett, first part, eighth step, last day. 1194th weekend, Christian Substart, second part, 11th step, second week, sixth day. 1211th weekend, Julia Brim, second part, ninth step, last day. 1246th weekend, Natalie Leffer, first part, fifth step, fifth day. 1264th weekend, A1, first part, first step, fourth day. 1258th weekend, Jillian Holden, first part, third step, first day. chanting 하늘 원어 충문. 하늘 원어 충문 스타트.
하늘 언어의 천문입니다. 도거련이 수겨련이사 만이로 도는 기갸련양세 주정 서여신 예수고 먼저 유목 기도하여 여름 지오른데 소야 성지요래 다워여름 다가여름복 몸야와련 예선 지와이래 모면도 오로님이 자야수정구 먼저 얼려 후예로래 다만 예수 다룬 달의 유란 제와 대려 우유론 이라 다대유로 조야 소교를 먼여수벼 어도야를 단계 오로른 예 수레도른 바이어수련유에랑 조야 당계숭웅 좌가장계순영 보여한계순영 오른야르 가거른당이나 보세야야 한계수고 조건영자이만계여름이라 수려여러 이고개 잔너수려여이자 도예요려 복원여름이와 조여 소절예면예라 아거니여 속에 돌아 하늘원을 지저여선 복연여라냥 만여야 한계수대 마와여리었냐 주례도른 법원야제리마 주여 수르윤리 한여 조정이 아래두르 오문요란시
기도천문 스타트.
기도 천문입니다. 제장 서지 오정성지와세 전이 보정정수 자다 다르 오구름 다수 제정이 단위월은 다디오래 다도 하루 단위와 산이 주저왕다수 전야화루 다루에 아니허군 다와니르 다니어 소른다와시 주저한자루 다니허 다루에 다루 아니도르 하녀라니 주양정 자니소유 자제도르 자녀는 양이소 저와라야르여니 자와라니 소르호른 자와난세 주여는 저는 다나다리 다워러러 이안제 수여 하루여루야 제장 서지 고정성지와세 전이 보정정수 자다 다르 오구른 다수 제정이 단위월은 다디 와산니 주저왕다수 찬야화루 다루여 다니허군 다완력 다니어 소른 나와시 주전자루 다니허 다루에 다루 하니도르 하니라니 주양주 자니소유 자디도르 자니어른나니소 저와라 야루연이 자와라니 소르호은 자와인난세 주여는 저월은 나다리 다월어러 기안제 수여 하루여루야 세장 서지 고정성지와세 정리 고정정수 자다 다르 오구른 다수 제정리 다니월은 다비오리 다도 하루 다니와산니 주저왕다수 찬야화루 다르여 다니허군 다완력 다니어 소른 나와시 주전자루 다니허 다루에 다루 하니도르 하니라니 주양주 자니소유 자디도르 자니어른냐니소 저와라 야루연이 자와라니 소르호은 자와인난세 주여는 저월은 나다리 다월어러 이안제 수여 하루여루야
신령님 권능침은
신장님 원능천문입니다. 수결은 자정자 자기와라 자정지 하게 와라 자정자 하게 와라 자정자 자주정자 자왕 아와제대 자정자 소서하고 야정이 손바소로 자정냐 악여시의 자정자 오와여서 자정지 수구호구 자정지 만미호라 자정량 수교금지 자정지 마야라 심여론자 수고신비 투어로 오시나 자연하다 지게허구 자명지 속에오라에서 만미소로 저장니 수려하고 지념따라 하고신비 소요란 하가신비 가교연 달만사천 신장화 아라이 정제 달만사천 신장화 신장화와 신장화 더워여라 신장화 이루어져야 신장화 숙여진 신장화 소리장자 신장화 소여고 신장화 문여고 이런시 만미와 기름야 수력은 예조화로야 수야고 단하며 어여순비오건 가루와 수구신비 자화라 이와 대세 분들은 조국금비 수여란 머와 시대 신여로등 말아들여은 이사 주저하고 야간 말은 간지소서 전자루 오겨본비공 마르다 하여 신비는 던마루 죽여든비어든 비라 만미와라 죽여든 오고 신비 주와라 저야시대 간겨로 주자간에서 여든 어며전의 소원은 바람이나 수설한 이게 거겨 거니오 보교심이 조화는 이와대세 만비론 다가가리 연설은 이게 어찌 담비라 수교거리로서는 수교몸이 조화로 보교지의 조화로나 주야서로 단계로 온갖 속의 단계로 이사보며 분부론 도야 신지선자론 아유와라 진여성 두교건의 조화련 하게 신묘공비란 다이아도세 단열은 수교거리 연설은 조화대세 조화로나 만매도서 진열은 하게 돌아 연설은 두고 단대 세로 소비
가병청정 병원
가정 청정병원 전문입니다. 사자잔으로 오른다르니 더러다도 여란이 다르여 다르라 다니 다르다와 다르와 다래 다니로야 다니로리 담비와라 다니오련 하려 다래 도라니 돈나다래 다녀러대 다니에 도려 단대래 도랴 빈미르 단대런장 담배 도래요 단대로 봉 온양 신비로 강미로 복 망대 소로는 인대로 복 소려 금대 소바라대 인대 소려 만묘왕 마마 신여 동기웅 징하 신비로 당이른다 아우바 도대여 인대로 속 마보신기 동거당 당하 신여 승려동 옹대사라 승려동 소묘고리 송가상 이자 신묘 긍교당 오려건기 소다당 애사 신묘 강기동 동기호도 동교대 어로동 노송호동 아리와다 강교동 오려담비 도고론 도고당다 다리워 소려당의 소리가당 남어 신비로 소녀당 애사도라 진여동 도려건의 소화로당 단오래 지려대 단오래 지려대 제가 대대도대대 오며대대 소대대 도려건의대다 도나대대 도덕단 안대도야 안여대 오게다대 도여대 도고건의 도여대 이배아 산여 담대루 오교심여 도와른 만미본의 소야라 애사비의 소년디 소고본의 소는 만미소여 기회로 도고인야 담대리 아리아다 들여도 도고건의 소는 이와대 도나라 만미도다라 아버지여서는 소용시여 가져는 소야하고 지면서 아베도 대소야래우 가정 청정병원 전문입니다. 사자자자요 오른다르네 더러다도여라니 다르다르여 다르다 다루와 다래 단이로와야 단이로디 담비와라 단요련 하려 다래 도라니 돈나다래 다녀러대 단내도려 단내래 도랴 빈비르 단비른장 남대도래여 단내로봉 온양 신비로 강미로봉 남대 소로는 인대로봉 소려 범대 소바라대 인대 소려 망묘왕 마마 신여 동기웅 징하 신비로 당이른다 아우와 도대여 인대로소 마고 신의 동거당 강하 진여 승교동 옹대사라 진교동 소묘공대 송가상 이자 신묘 긍교당 오려건계 소다당 애사 신묘 강계동 동기호도 동기호대 어려동 노송호동 다리와라 단교동 모려담비 도고론 도고당다 다리워 소려당대 소이다당 마머 신묘 소년당 예자도라 등여동 도려건예 조화로당 단이오래 신여러대 단이오래 신여러대 제자대 오래대 오며댄데 소려대 도려건여대다 도나대대 도덕단 단대소야 단여대 오게 오게다대 도열에 도고금리 도열에 비벼사녀 담배로 오교심유 도화연 만미곤예 소리하라 에사비니 수년비 소고곤예 소전 만미소려 기예론 도고진다 한예를 자리하다 되내어도 도려건예 소열은 이와대 도냐라 만미도려 달아라 아거지리여 소열은 도교시며 하여연 소야하고 지면서 하에도 예소야 레우 가정 청정평원 전문입니다. 사장 사자자요 오른다르니 더려 더러다도 여라니 다르다르여 다르다 다니 다루다와 다루와 다래 단디로와야 단디로리 담디와라 단디오련 하려다래 도라니 돈나다래 다녀러대 단내 도려 단대래 도랴 빈비르 단비른장 담내 도려 단내로 봉 본양 신비로 강내로 봉 망례 소로는 인대로 봉 소려 건례 소바라대 인대 소려 망례로 왕 마마 신교 동계용 징하 신비로 단내른당 아우와도 대여 인대로 송 마보 신기 동거당 강하 진기의 순교동 옹대사라 진교동 소묘공의 송다상 이자 신묘 긍교당 오려공의 소다당 대사 신묘 강계동 동교도 동교대 어로동 노송호동 아리와다 강교동 모여담비 도공론 도고당다 다리요 소려당대 소리다당 마머신비여 소녀논당 일자도라 진여동 소려건의 소화로당 단미오래 신여러대 단미오래 신여러대 제자 대대도래된 오며된대 소려대 소려거려대다 도나대래 도돌간 단대소야 단여린 오게다대 도열에 도고금리 도열에 비벼사녀 담배로 오교심유 도화연 만미곤예 소리하라 에사빈비 수년비 소고곤예 소는 만미소려 기리에론 도고진다 한예를 사리하다 드내어도 도려건리 소열은 이와대에 도나라 만비도로 달아라 아거리리여 소열은 도교시며 하여연 소야하고 지면서 밥에도 예소야 레우
십계율 시기하지 말라 탐욕하지 말라 미워하지 말라 오만하지 말라 남을 내 몸과 같이 사랑하라. 희생하고 봉사하라. 자비로운 마음으로 생활하라. 원심 회개하도록 노력하라. 인류에게 작은 촛불이 되어라. 나 천존을 의심치 말라. singing 뭐 이런 거야? Take meditation. 하늘 천년님이셔. Lead the passenger ceremony for Sarah Tangashitan. First address Sherwood, Holywell Lake, Wellington, Somerset TA 210 year. 본인의 주소는 6 Marian Terrace, English Bridge, Shrewsbury, SY11XQ. 그러면 임원 6월 23일 안토니 조시를 웨스턴 사랑 알면요 5월 29일 사라 조시를 웨스턴 병진년 11월 9일 에밀리 안나 웨스턴 헤든버 Mountain divinities in charge of Sarah Western place. All the ancestral powers angels, please come to Fountain of Life. Mountain divinities in charge of all Sara Westerns, all the ancestors and the powerful angels. Today she's sponsoring Sunday ceremony together with the powerful angel ceremony. She's inviting mountain divinities in the fountain of life, showing her beautiful heart and gratitude to mountain divinities and the mountain divinities' assistants. So please enjoy the ceremony and consider the beautiful, the heart. Give your ability and the blessing to her, all the ancestors and the powerful angels. Please remove all the negative energy and the wandering spirit from two places, her father's place and her place where she's living. Help the powerful angels and ancestors working together to help the descendant to live a happy, healthy life. It's a family, it's the master's family, so always take good care of the families, all the ancestors and the powerful angels. She prepared this ceremony with all her heart and the respect, so please enjoy the ceremony and receive abilities from Chanyanim. Also please help her to accomplish her wishes. I'd like to thank you for all work you've done for her family members and sisters and the powerful angels. Our Westerners, all the ancestors and powerful angels, please come to a fountain of life. Sarah Westlands, all ancestors and house angels. Today, your descendants sponsors Sunday ceremony together with the house angel ceremony. Just prepared this ceremony with all heart and respect. Help ancestors to show their heart to Chandranim, all the divinities, and the receive abilities and the blessing and in the light. All the ancestors have been working so hard to bring your descendants to Chandranim, the words. And Lord, thank you for your work and your devotion for your descendants. Today, your descendants having the ceremony for you. So please enjoy the ceremony and receive abilities from Chandranim. It's such a blessing for one person to do the Chandra님's work as the Sangha. And thanks to your work, your descendants become the Sangha and do Chandra님's work. Helping humankind find the way to regain the eternity. Thanks to ancestors' work, we are on the earth. We have won our life here. So always we have the gratitude for what you've done. And here, with the gratitude for our life, we cultivate ourselves to remove human mind. All the selfishness, jealousy, hatred, and greed, and arrogance, and regain the mind we receive from Chandranim. Today, Chandranim gonna give ability to ancestors, house angels. So please receive abilities and take care of your descendants, guard your descendants to the way of truth. Chandranim gonna clean the house and remove all the negative energy from Sarah Western's place. And always take good care of your descendant, help your descendant to live a happy, healthy life. I'd like to thank you again for what you've done for your descendants. Okay, finish meditation. Okay. Okay, please start the stretching a bit. 준비되면 말씀해 주십시오. Okay, hello everybody. Yeah. Feeling like we were away more than one year, I think. Every time I was away from the center, come back, and always I feel I will be away for a long time. After last Sunday, we went to South Africa, and this morning, right before the Sunday ceremony, we came back. And as you see, we're gonna show some of our activities. We did so many the filming, so much the material, but we didn't have the time. I don't know about the computer, the system. When you take a photo, you have to convert to a certain system, and he said something, but I didn't understand. I'm not a technical person. I don't know anything about computer. What I know is just touch the keyboard and just click the mouse. That's what I can do. Other than that, I don't know anything about computer. So, I'm so happy not to be technician. For 1 week, I think we've done so much work, and if you see, you're gonna see what we've done, what people's they got from us. That is incredible, actually. And we will manage to treat so many people. I think more than 700 people on our trip. And the one point, we visited one school children with most run-down place. Most of them have HIV, and the school more than 500 students there. And it's school, but it's not the school. It's the most run-down place, but it's the classroom is container, very old container. There's a classroom, and in the beginning we treat when they heard we coming, so they got 20 students prepared for treatment. And then we saw the person in charge of the school, and we started giving treatment, and they were so impressed by what we are doing. They immediately sort of respond, and children so happy, so bright. They're the most run-down place. They are very vulnerable to violence, abused, poverty. Severe problems. I couldn't imagine. I can't find the English word in my head. And as they receiving treatment, and then the teachers, they were so impressed, especially the head teacher, and they brought to the school the children, they start coming, and they hear about the treatment, and they see the seers through the outside the window, everybody, and then treatment was so quick, like every 3 minutes or 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, one person, we treat the 4 or 5 masters, keep treating non-stop. And then, can you imagine for 1 hour, one master, more than 10 people at least. So 1 hour, we can easily cover 50 people, 2 hours, 100 people. And we stay there 2.5 hours, then 150, approximately. 2.5 hours, they cover the students, and then still they coming. So in the end, we put the children together, and I giving energy with the bubbly, and then the volunteers, they feel energy, and that transformation from the children. You can see the energy is brighter, happier. And then there are so many, a lot of what they're going through in the face, you can see. But it's the complete sort of the transformation is happening. One group, I don't know, 30 to 50. And then after one group, the other more than 50 coming. Try again, the bubbly, and then giving energy with the hands too. And so we managed to treat so many the children. That was very, very impressive. I feel so grateful to the Chandranim, the mind of universe, because with what we have, we can't offer anything, but somehow giving so much to all the children, and that the children, when the children in the early age, if they have the pain, they got involved in the violence or poverty, or other problems. There is no future there is no future. And so there are so many children. But anyway, we have a look at the photo first. You're gonna take a little bit time, so you can relate with what I'm saying a little bit more. After that, we don't have the time to. He didn't have the time to go through the video, but the Master Myung, she managed to put the couple of photos put together. You are there, and then we're gonna show the photos. After that, we're gonna show the 3 volunteers who devoted themselves to helping us for 4 days in Cape Town, and we have a video sharing their experience for 4 days, and we're gonna show the experiences. And then after that, Master Jin and the Master Nam. Where is Master Nam? You can share your experience. Then we're gonna finish the ceremony today. Okay, we can start from the photo. Let's see. First organization we visit is the Cancer Association of South Africa. So most of the people, they suffering from the cancer. So we show. This person it's an incredible story actually. This lady have the breast cancer. She's got a lump like this. Here, she couldn't move her hand this part properly. And I gave her one treatment. This one is almost gone. This much left.
Wow.
And she couldn't move, and she crying so much.
She was only diagnosed 2 weeks before our visit as well, so it was really emotional for her.
Okay. This lady had a cancer too. I think she's the second manager, deputy manager in that association. She had the cancer, And she had a lot of other problems. I forgot actually. She got so much benefit from the last year treatment, and then this time they volunteered. The people that coming because they heard about her. So she's
She's setting up a survivors group to join our online classes together.
Mm.
She had such good results.
yeah, okay. But anyway, most of them they are cancer too. This person they got first cancer, I think. And this lady.
There's a workshop as well. This is a workshop.
Yeah, workshop. After treatment, we did the workshop for a short time. The workshop we introduced our online the classes. The soon we're going to launch the Global Happiness campaign, so anyone can access to the website. So, and we did the workshop, and the press is chanting, I think. And the next
Epiphany.
Yep.
Epiphany.
Yeah.
Maybe take the clip message and the clip with the internet training.
They can't hear this.
I don't
Okay. Yeah.
It'd be better if you were a little close.
Instead of this? Epiphany is in one of the townships in Cape Town called Nyenga, which is one of the poorest and the most violent centre, and all the children are there's a whole centre for adults with HIV to try to give them work, and so, and also for children, and they have a lot of nurses and support workers there. Most of the children are really vulnerable. They're either orphaned or they're in some kind of danger of abuse or something. So we treated about 60 children and about 40 staff in one morning. Do you know more about this one? This was a visit to one girl's, you can't say house.
This is a place most the rundown the place, and here I visited this place, and all the children they don't have a parents. So, and actually this is all the place like this. This inside the house, you see that you don't have nothing there, and nothing. There, no clothing, no food, no cooking facilities, nothing. And then she was there, and the most of the children staying there because no job. They can't go to school. If they go to school, then their life is more affected. And so she sent her brother. I asked her, why you stay here? If I go to school, one more day or 2 more days, we can't have food. So I sacrificed my life to stay in the house. And I sent my brother. And I asked her, where's the toilet? And then she took me to the toilet. There's a public toilet, 3 public toilet. There's a huge the village, huge. I think more than 10,000 people is living there. And then there were 3 toilets, and then toilet was locked. So I asked her, why toilet is locked? And then she said that the person who in charge of the toilet today he went to the work. So this is all doors are locked. Why is the locked? He just leave the door open, then people can use the toilet. She said that if the door is left open, people to steal even the facility, the toilet facilities, the bowls. So, and actually I look at the inside, 3 bowls is missing, it's not there. But somehow it's locked, and I ask her, where did you go then? She showed me the place and the wild field. It's quite far from where they are living. And then I asked her, where do you getting the water from? And she took me to the long way. There is the public kind of the pump there. And what do you do with this water? We drinking, and we washing. We do everything with this water. So, and there was a real the experience, and we brought some food, and giving the food, how they accept the food is incredible. It's not the food, life, and that really touched me, and made a decision. Next time, before we go, we do the more fundraising to help these people. Visit individual, those who don't have the parents. A lot of children stay in the house because no jobs, no food, nothing else they can do, and so I think we can do so much next time. Okay, this is her uncle. The parents is passed away. Uncle is taking care of her. He's got a job that's security. He's a security man, and he's got it's quite this is very luxurious actually. He's got this, and then there's nothing. No facilities, no food, and no refrigerator, nothing. But for her, of course, basically, as you see, you can't see anything. Okay, and we go the next. What's this?
This is the staff at Epiphany. Some of them are nurses that are administering the HIV medication. Some are carers. A lot of them actually have HIV themselves. And some of them, they I don't know if you've seen the tiny beads they make in Africa to sell to make some money for their families. They do that there. And they also have material, and they sew clothing for the children. It was quite cold. This is all the children queuing up to have a treatment. At this place, a lot of the children were crying before the treatment. They were really scared. But a lot of the children are abused. So what we had, although they live in poverty, most of them they live in a lot of fear as well. They don't have any security on the places they stay, and if they're orphaned, even if someone's taking care of them, they don't normally have anyone who loves or cares for them properly. So, and then if they are touched, it tends to be abuse. So it's quite tragic. And after treatment, they're so much more peaceful and confident and happy. And this is a place where they live. The government started to put electricity up, but we were told they only keep one light bulb because they can't even afford the bulb. So in their house, if they're lucky, they have light.
That view of the township goes for miles and miles and miles and miles. You drive along the motorway and you see just shacks like that. You could drive for 20 minutes and there'll just be shacks lined up for as far as the eye can see.
one lady here, she was, after the treatment, she felt so much better, and then she was crying and asking us if we could find a disability grant for her daughter, because she'd left the house, they're not really a house, and there was some kind of explosion, or there's a lot of violence there, and her daughter lost her eye, and so she's missing one eye, and because she's so poor, she can't do anything for her daughter's future. It was really... this was in the afternoon. This is another township called Kailicha, which we went to last time. This was our second visit. It's in this kind of church in the middle of... this is an American girl. She's only 26. She was studying in Cape Town, and she was so horrified by how many young children, orphan children, were dying of HIV unnecessarily. And she's white. The township's completely black. She went into the township, set up a whole a charity and she met lots. She said it just kind of happened naturally, but she met a lot of people who started to help, and now they've got nurses and carers, and they provide food for the orphan children. And it's an after-school centre. We didn't meet her last time because she wasn't there, but she does a lot of fundraising from America. She's quite amazing young girl. And it was really wonderful, because last time when we went to this place, the children were so sick, and it was really smelly, and they looked so unhappy and so poor. And when we came back this time, half the children, they all remembered us, and they were making the sound, and they looked much better. I think they've done a lot of work in the last 6 months, because the children were in a much better condition than before. This is one of the boys we treated. He's been sexually abused most of his life and doesn't have anyone looking after him. This is one of the cooks. And they come there because it's probably one of the only meals they get each day. I think this girl, this is a very sad story. She's 14. She was gang raped at 12 and then became sexually active, and she was pregnant when we treated her at 14. It's a really tough life they have. No words to describe it, really. But this is a very positive place, and they're doing a lot of things for the children. This was one of the girls from the previous time, and she looked much happier and much healthier than 8 months ago when we were there last time. And actually the staff came to tell us that a lot of people do you remember her? Yeah. The staff came to tell us that a lot of both the staff and the adults had, quite life-changing experiences after just one treatment last time. So it was so rewarding to go back and hear the positive results. This boy had breathing problems. And they get a meal. Right. He's a 20, and he had a lot of pain. He wants to be an actor, so he was desperate to give his interview on the camera. And then he goes running up to Master Lee to show him how to work the camera, to listen to it afterwards. And it was very nice. And the pastor, the man who runs the church, last time we went there, he came with his wife. He came, and then he brought his wife and then his children, and he looks after all the community. And he said, and Whitney, the lady who set up the project, said he's been chasing her for 6 months, saying, "You must tell me when they come back. Tell me as soon as they come back." And this time he brought a few of his friends from the community, and he was really happy. Okay. Amy Beale. The Amy Beale Foundation is set up by the parents of someone called Amy Beale, who worked with orphaned children in Cape Town. I'm not sure which township, but she was murdered after 7 years. And her parents, it is an amazing story. Her parents set up the foundation in her name to help children with HIV, and they employed her murderers because they forgave them, because the lifestyle there is so violent. It's very, very hard to avoid getting involved with violence. So they actually employed the two men that murdered their daughter. And funnily enough, we were told to go to Amy Beale by a client of Master O's or Master Parts that came here, and he lost his father. His father was murdered in South Africa, and he met Amy Beale's father, and Amy Beale's father told him, "You have to forgive the people who killed your father." So it's really moving. But they do a lot of projects. But we went into, it's quite gangland. The place we went is one of the poorest schools we've been. I think Master Myung and I described it as hell, really. As it was really horrendous looking at the lives they led. And this was a school with 500 children. They barely have any paper or anything. And we were in one container, and there were children squashed against the windows all around, watching the treatment and trying to come in. And then in the end, Master O gave abilities to everybody. And even the children were going out and calling the adults from the community to come when they were start to see the benefits. But I interviewed the lady that was she's in charge of the HIV section. They can't tell you how many children in the school have HIV, but she was waiting for us at the bus stop, which is it's quite a main area to drive us into the township. And she said she's grown up in Kailicha, one of the other townships, and she's been a victim to violence, and she's got a job now through the Amy Beale Foundation. But she was so scared to even have her mobile phone out of her pocket. She said, because I know what can happen. So it is really violent. She told us that most of the children are abused, and because they're orphans, they can't. There's no protection, and I still was so kind of shocked by it, because most of it's sexual abuse. And I asked her, why is there so much sexual abuse? Well, and they're young, really. The children, I think the age group is from 5 to 14 in this school. And she just said this because of the frustration of people's lives. But anyway, so the children are quite traumatised, but at least they're going to school. Master Myung was noticing how many children outside the gates weren't even in school. So anyway. So this is giving abilities. The children shouted much, much louder than we do on Sunday ceremony. They were so enthusiastic. And they came in and they were all rowdy, and they're chatting and they can't keep still. And then Master O gave abilities, and then all the masters gave energy, and then they just closed their eyes for 2 minutes. And then they went out silently, in single file, and really peaceful. So we had a... And the children at this school, they, without exception, the other centres, all the children, everything's dirty, all their clothes are really dirty, but they have socks. At this school, they're tying knots in their socks because the holes are so big at the end, just to keep using the socks and the tights, and it's extremely poor. And none of the men have a zip on their trousers, and it's fine because everything's pinned together or sewn together, and they really have nothing. And the lady, she asked, one of the teachers said, we really need books. And I said, well, I asked her, does the Amy Beale Foundation support you? Because Amy Beale is more dealing, I think, with HIV and looking after the children's welfare. And she said, please, just directly to the school. They need a lot of things. And there's so many charities, but when you actually go to these places, you realise there's so many people that are untouched. And this was the lady that picked us up, and she said she used to go to school without food, come home without food. So a lot of the children, the only reason they go to school is to get a meal. But the meal, we saw it, was nothing. I don't think it would fill you up very much. And they're sponsored by someone who provides the food for the children, but they said it's still not enough to pay for all the food for the children's one meal a day. And certainly when I was treating the children, these children, you could feel they were lying down peacefully, possibly for the first time. They don't. You just got the feeling that at night time they can't lie peacefully, and then when you were touching them, they're almost asleep, and you could feel the relief. And after treatment, you could feel the difference in their body was massive.
그 다음 장소로 옮기죠.
And Bonnytown? Next one's Bonnytown. This is my favourite place to go. Bonnytown? Yeah, Bonnytown is a juvenile prison. It's kind of a holding house for boys awaiting trial. We went there last time, and it was very, very difficult for us to give treatment because they were very nervous. We're not allowed to photograph their faces because they're awaiting trial. This is the security guard. They desperately wanted their photos taken. But the boys are from age 8 to 18, and they've committed all kinds of crimes, some of them very violent. And this is the manager. He's such a lovely man, and he's really happy with what we're doing. But it's mainly teenagers we treated. They received energy so well. I can't express how well. I think because they're in such a traumatic state, they don't know what's going to happen to them. They changed so much after treatment. It's massive, and they had such positive results last time. And they're actually moving. The government's changing this facility, which is quite a problem for them because then a lot of the kids are going to be put into adult prisons, which, as he said, it's just a university for more violence. And they come from, when you treat them, they're quite pure-hearted. Yeah, they all, I have to say, in terms of energy, their spirit looked completely dark when we first came, and you feel like they never knew anything positive in their life. They've never been shown anything and never had any hope. And after we left, quite a few of them, they were filling in the forms with different names to try and come back for a second treatment, and the teachers had to come and stop them. But it was quite so fun. And they were fascinated by Sonyong, because they'd never seen a young Oriental girl. She was falling asleep, and they're all staring at her. All the boys. She's gone. But really, poor kids. This is kind of no hope for their future. But he really wants to set up the online meditation for the boys, because he thinks it's going to really help them, and the staff as well. Sanka? This one, it's Cape Town. Sanka? Okay, and that's below. This is a Red Cross elderly care home. I think it's our third visit there. It's in Johannesburg. And a lot of the elderly people have been waiting for us to come back. This man especially, who couldn't wait. He said his back pain completely went and lasted for many months last time. And when we came back, he was in chronic pain in his shoulder and back again. And afterwards, he could move his shoulder, and he was really thrilled. They want to talk a lot, these people. But a lot of them remembered us, and it's really nice to go back. And the owner of the home, her son she really wants to support us because she's seen a lot of changes in the residents. But this is her son. He was in an accident at Christmas, and he's been paralysed. He is sitting up, isn't he, in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Masana, you want to talk about the situation? Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but she brought him to have a treatment as well. But he's only 20, and he's kind of lost hope. He's improved to a certain point, but now he just feels like there's no future. And this is the lady, she's the manager of the centre, and she's really distressed about it. This is some of the staff at the centre, and they really love the treatments as well. We just treat them in the chair because most of them, they can't lie down. And she had the treatment last time. We have some photos of her. She's much better than before.
This lady couldn't get out of the room. So some of them, they can't leave their room, so we visit each room to treatment. Almost she's still paralyzed.
That was the head nurse. She was very sceptical at first, and she was like, "Oh, I have absolutely nothing wrong." And afterwards, she was, "Oh gosh, that's so much better." Which one? Brenda Lalona. This is our kind of the main project that started off the whole of the South African trip. It's in Johannesburg, and doesn't look like Brenda Lalona. Oh yes, and this is a creative care centre for children who have been orphaned by HIV, and they try to help them. It's after school, and they give them food, and they try to help them deal with all the trauma that they've been through. And it's set up by one lady who has visited here. They have a lot of volunteers there. It's actually a really, really good place. This is in Soweto, in Johannesburg, and they all know us very well, so all the children are queuing up. Yeah, they're lovely. They're much better cared for than the places we went to in Cape Town. Although their home lives are really quite traumatic. They don't really have anyone that cares for them. They're just an extra child in other families, in other houses. So yeah, this is Michelle. This is the lady that set it up. Yeah, she's leaving now. And then Son Yong and another of Master O's clients was there with his son, and they were all playing football together all afternoon, all the children. And this was another place that they say a lot of them suffer sexual abuse or some kind of abuse, and other than that, they don't have anybody who touches them with love or care. So they do a lot of music and art and other therapies to help them cope with their trauma, and also to prepare them to have a job and a future. And the staff there are lovely. They're really, really genuine people and very caring.
단도 넘어가면 이제 볼런티어 Sanka.
I don't know about Sanka. We split the team on a few days because we had a workshop and other things going on. So this is a drug centre.
Yeah, Athlone is in quite a deprived neighbourhood. It's a very depressing place actually. But one of the biggest problems in Western Cape, in Cape Town particularly, is a drug called crystal meth. It's known as tuck, and it's highly addictive and very difficult to get off. But one of the terrible side effects of crystal meth is that it actually eats the brain, physically eats the brain away. So a lot of these young kids are in quite a bad way. But we saw quite a few of them who had actually had managed to come off crystal meth, and they were very, very proud of what they had done. They were very, very encouraging, actually, very encouraged, and they received the treatment very well, of course. I don't know. This is the lady that runs Sanka in Athlone. We were only there for about an hour and a half, so it was a very quick visit. It was just Master Kim and myself treating. With Master Kim being as sensitive as she is, she has really struggled on this project because she can pick up the chemicals so much. So she was really clearing a lot through all these treatments. It was quite tiring for her. This lady Lynn, you've seen her in probably a lot of the pictures. She's organised almost everything in Cape Town. She's really helped us a lot. And she was organising a radio interview for us, and we had to shift very quickly from this project to make that interview, which actually Master Jim did wonderfully for us. Yeah. This is one of your treatments, Master Kim. It's funny, no matter what these people are suffering from, where they come from, they all respond in the same way. Really, everybody smiles after treatment, everybody's happy and relieved. Doesn't matter if they're very wealthy or very poor, all the same. So the lady had a very good response, was it?
Okay, now I think we've been through the most of the project. Now we're gonna listen to the helpers. They helped us a lot in Cape Town. All the transportations and taking care of the people, even accommodations. Okay. Yeah, this lady offered accommodations.
나와야 돼요.
Your real name? Our real name, Laura Tour. Yeah, that name.
그 김승혜 모임 질문을 하시는 걸로 시작하시죠.
Please introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Laura Tour. I was very lucky to be invited to join Master Kim and Master O to work alongside them while they were doing 4 days of healing with different places and spaces. We arrived at the airport on Monday. I didn't know anyone. I just came along for the drive. And lovely, beautiful, friendly, open drive back to the house. Then the first place we went, they unloaded, got ready, off we went to the cancer place. Immediately there were 30 or 40 people there. I was shocked, I think, by how quickly the treatment worked and the change that happened. I saw him working with the breast on one of the women who had a big lump, and she was in a lot of pain, but could see the pain easing while Master O was working with her. And the people changed from being very somber to being bright once the treatment had happened. Master Kim put me on the bed. I was nervous because never seen or experienced anything like that. And immediately my vibration was very low. I was feeling very sad and under low energy. After that, the pain was gone. I was bright. I was happy. I could help. I could participate. Before then, I was dull. And I watched as the people just came in bed by bed. Just keep turning the people over until they were finished, and then they did a beautiful workshop afterwards. So the energy went from sad, struggling people to sunny, laughing, fun at the end of that. That was the first experience. And then I was feeling really good, and the next day we drove into the townships and we went to the place where there are orphaned children from HIV parents, and 3 different grades. I think there were 60 or 70 children, and the children were amazing. It's like a light goes on inside of them when they have the treatment, and they were looking at the masters and laughing and smiling and making a noise, and it was a beautiful experience to watch the change of the children. The teachers were all suffering from stress and headaches and sore backs, and everyone seemed to be experiencing the same. Quite large women carrying a lot, lots of responsibilities. They got on the bed, each master worked with them, and it was a change immediately that they got off. Even the kitchen staff came, everybody, the whole place was quite dark when we arrived. When we left, alive, very nice. The same this afternoon. Then we went on to the children that are suffering with the HIV, and those American young girls that are taking care of their needs. The children again, they knew from before because you had been there the year before. The recognition in the eyes was amazing. That was incredible. And the change again, the ones who had experienced it, they were more open and they were relaxed and they allowed you in. The others were a little bit nervous, but the change was happening quickly. With the men that were working there were very big changes. And the one man came, and then all his friends said, no, they want to come. They came right at the end. They were pouring in because they wanted to feel different as well. Then the next morning we went again to a school. A few children were selected, and then the next thing we knew, all the children were around the classroom because they could feel the energy and they were wanting to come and be part of it. So Master O organized 4 rows of the children to stand, and they did this beautiful healing. I don't know, distant healing, or I don't know how you call it. And the energy of the children changed immediately from quiet, inquisitive to like that. It was really good. The energy was very, very good. And then after that we went to, where was the afternoon?
To Bonny Town.
To Bonny Town. Now that was unusual for me because I was expecting it to be heavy and dark and rough and ugly. I was actually anxious about going there. And it was very peaceful. The boys knew it. They'd had it the year before. They knew what to expect. It was quiet, it was organized, they were ready, they were wanting their treatments. They got on the bed, there was big changes, happiness, but there was not a dark energy to start with, but there was a very light, loving energy when we left, and much gratitude, lots and lots of gratitude at the end. And this morning I had responsibility, so I didn't go, which I believe I missed out on something quite unusual. There was a beautiful baby who was having a lung problem, and the master explained to me that he could feel the movements immediately, and there was a woman who was feeling desperately suicidal. They said the change was instant, which I'm sorry I missed that. But it's been the most beautiful experience for me. Really, it has answered a lot of my questions, which I've been struggling with. And I've received another 2 treatments, which the second one was a lot of emotional purging, but the third one, back up, I've had a beautiful, confident, sunny day today. It's been a wonderful experience. So thank you. And last night Master O and Master Kim spoke to myself and my friend Robin about creating some kind of physical help in terms of the orphan children, if there's nothing in their homes or whatever, to get a charity organization going where physical things, shoes, bedding, heaters, fridge, whatever, all the things that they need to survive, literally, not. And I was reluctant because I'm not good with that kind of stuff. And then I was chatting to my friend today and she said, oh, but I can help there. So she would like to help to organize, and a couple of us will get together and we will brainstorm to see how we can create the awareness for the people to bring second-hand or brand new clothes or donations or whatever, and we can go to those different schools and orphanages and whatever and give whatever comes from around the world, whatever there is, and hand it out and make sure that the beings that all the masters have helped with the raising the vibration, they also receive the goods to help their living by Master O and Master Kim. Very beautiful thoughts. It's
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. I feel like a train running. It's a pleasure.
The ultimate goal is just like this. You sit down. What are we going to do? The ultimate.
그 먼저 자기 이름 소개부터.
We will be touched, I think, to the people, and they can join. Yes, work more.
Hello, my name is Lynn, and I've been with the Master O team as they've come to Cape Town. When we arrived on Monday, we went to Cancer, which is an organization that looks after people that have been diagnosed, people that have already recovered, and gives them information and support and treatment. We did a number of treatments there. Many people were uncomfortable and looking for answers, and it was wonderful to see the light in people's faces when they had been there, and particularly a woman who had recently been diagnosed, and the transformation and the hope and the next steps that she was very, very moved into, and the relief she got from working with Master O. And then the next day, on the Tuesday, we started off going to Etafeni, which is a centre for HIV sufferers. They are income earners for many people in their family as well as in the neighbourhood, as well as children that are cared for. And amongst those children, some of them are orphaned. Their parents have died already. And we dealt with many of the income earners, which are young adults, and as well as the caregivers and the teachers. And we found there was an immense amount of discomfort in the caregivers, a lot of stress in the language they were sharing with us. Their bodies were uncomfortable, a lot of discomfort in the abdomen, and low energy, a lot of discomfort in the back. And there was such relief after they'd been worked on by all the masters. And then the children came in, and they were very open and very curious. Some of them were quite sick, I remember one little girl in particular that was very quiet. I noticed her. She was really quiet, and she was in difficulty. And after her treatment, she brightened up and she started running around and playing with the other children. And they became light and laughing and children again, as opposed to the difficulty that they were experiencing with their condition. And it was so interesting to watch the children accept and experience the exchange and the energy the masters gave them, and how they immediately experienced it, and it immediately expressed in their behavior and their response to each other. And then after that we went across to Khayelitsha, which is a suburb in Cape Town, to an organisation called Ubuntu Africa, and there we found many, many more sick children. It is a program that has been created also for HIV children, and we worked with the caregivers and the children, as well as people in the community that supported the children. And it was quite remarkable to see the change. The children were really receiving the change well, and what was a wonderful demonstration at the end is to see their animation and their laughter after the treatment, where prior to the treatment they were quite quiet and withdrawn. Also to watch the pastor and some of the men in the community that had come forward for treatments becoming very engaged and curious about the treatment and wanting to learn, and when they saw the difference it was making in their community, they wanted to find out and bring more of it into their community. And you could see their sincerity and their concern for their community and what had been opened up. The next day we went across to another HIV group called the Amy Beale Foundation, and there we treated many, many children and caregivers as well, and that each experience was quite profound in the response, the immediate response that children have, the difficulty that the caregivers are holding in caring for these children and the situation they find themselves in the community and the very, very difficult conditions they have to live with, and taking a lot of the stress onto their bodies, and they needed as much support as the children. Some of the caregivers weren't well either. And from there we went on to a boys' reformatory called Bonnie Town, where boys are held that are between 8 and 18 years old, and they come from an environment where the community is very dysfunctional. It is run with a lot of gangs, there's a lot of violence, there's not care, and many of the boys had never really been exposed to sincerity and caring, and they were quite, their bodies were really quite depleted of life energy. You could see they were quite removed from their physical selves. And it was wonderful to watch the transformation, and I saw very distinct transformation with those boys as they received treatments, how they became more present, they would engage with each other, they became clearer and immediately acknowledging that a change in feeling and in emotion, especially a sense of hope and possibility that was exposed, especially in a place where there hasn't been much in their lives. That was very, very valuable and quite a profound thing to see, because it was such a distinctive change as well. And this morning we went to, we did some treatments for private clients that wanted personal care, and we went away to a drug rehab and support center, and many of the caregivers and the recovering addicts and some people in the community that were drawn to come, particular individuals stick out. And one woman who spoke to me had been in immense difficulty and was close to suicide this morning, and had had a headache for over 2 years, and it had never gone. and her body was in immense pain. Her chest was closed with asthma, and she felt very stuck in her life and very desperate. And after she had her treatment, she was absolutely awake and shining, and it was an immense transformation to see her and to see her ready to start and to do. And there was just life flowing in her, and joy and light coming from her. And it was an absolute honor to bring this to people, to be able to give people an opportunity to really see the world that they're part of and that they can contribute to. And it's an honor to be part of this.
You're excellent talker.
Ready?
Are you going to do your question thing?
Yes, I have to think about them.
Ready?
Shame, baby, you've done so much.
Start. Okay.
Okay, hello Fran, you helped us out this week with all the support for going to all the projects. Can you tell us your experience?
Certainly, it's been an incredible experience for me. The first treatment that I had from you guys was on Monday, unexpectedly, and so pleasantly received, because not knowing anything about what all of this entailed, I've had these really sweaty little paws all my life. I've had sweaty hands and sweaty feet, and since my treatment on Monday, I've had dry hands, which is absolutely remarkable. For me, it's a blessing, because I was always doing this thing before. And then my second treatment made me feel even more different, because as much as I've always been a person who's active, I've never had the kind of energy that I have at the moment. It's like I feel like I don't need to sleep anymore. So it's been it's been a blessing. And I would do this as many times as I could, again and again and again.
That's
so
and what about what you saw, all the projects? How was that?
That's life changing, because when you see children walk into a room who are tearful and crying and insecure and really in a really bad place physically and mentally, and then you watch them after a treatment turn into children who are smiling and happy and who are ready to play, and the tears that were rolling down their face when they walked in are just gone. So it was truly life changing. There's no other way to describe it. I think that every single child that had hands laid on them in this stay will never be the same as they were before you guys came.
That's wonderful.
And they their faces tell you all about how different they feel.
Well, we couldn't have done it without you.
Oh well, I couldn't have done it without you guys, and I'm honoured to have been part of your process and to have been on this journey with you, and I certainly shall be on a journey with you again in the future.
Well, we
Absolutely.
hope to see you then next time.
I will definitely see you again. That is, I would never say no.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And cut.
I think sharing the testimony, we shared 3 testimonials actually. We have so many testimonials. It's filmed, and I think in the computer. Sharing all the testimony, I think it takes a couple of days. But I think you can have the ideas, what we've done, what people they've got from us. First of all, I feel really grateful to the person, one of the Chinese in Manchester. I went up 2 months ago, and I talk about I really want to go back to Africa, and but because we here we don't have the enough finance, so that we couldn't go. And last year we did, last November we did, and we talked to them. Okay, we would come back January or the February sometime, but we couldn't go. And I talked to one of the trainee in Manchester. She really kindly offered some money to take care of the flight. And that's why we could go. And I think all the services, and thanks to her, we can give it to all the people. And so I really feel so grateful for her. I believe that this is opening the door for it to go more open, and then we plan to go back the late November. So if we put our mind together, just the mind together, make a big difference to the older people in such an environment. And we like aching so much, and I couldn't sleep. One of the lady, first lady, after second day or third day, we making a time. We talking to her, and I asked her could you just do the certain job, and she happily accept. And I think you heard from the first lady. I asked her, we have abilities, we have a heart, we have energy, we have the light that you've been seeing. Actually, she had the guru before. She used to follow the one guru intensively. And then she's the follow what will be done. She was so touched by our power. Short minute, the power using, there's no comparison that she's had that experience in the past. That really opened her heart, and she's real. I've never seen that somebody have such a purities. In the first place, can you take care of this project? You say, yeah, I really want to do. I've never heard people. I have this condition. I have this condition. I have to think for her. I've seen the people transformation. This is really what's the meaningful for me. Something I can open. Okay, I can talk to the people, ask for the matter or the food, anything, even money, but something coming to me, then I can organize. I can take care of this one, make sure these things come to me, go to the right place according to your instructions. And that was really, really beautiful. And while I was talking, I was crying, so I stopped the video. And really want to share so much love, so much care, so much light, energy from the mind of the universe. If a previous generation, they know about the human beings, we are real product of the love, the light and the energy, then I'm sure that they knew how to take care of their lives, so that they haven't passed on their karmic pattern to now. What they are suffering because of previous generations, that what they've been created, they are actually, because of that, the children, all the people, they thank for it actually. But now, each single person going through this life is not only, we think that their life is not that, it's all our life. Their life is going to make an impact on all the people in this world. There is no separation actually. And then when you have a bad experience, you see the children, what they are going through. Nobody can educate the children. Why? Because you see we are not doing anything for the people, children, doesn't give the right love, right care, right support. The next generation, you can see what's they gonna face with. Especially, and the kids is there, later on they might come here, might share their it's not a right experience to your kids. What will happen to your kids? And the world is one, and so and the form now it's really opened the door. On the next trip, if you want to join our project, it's more than welcome. You are more than welcome. When you go there, we do have abilities. You see, after ancestral healing, you have abilities. You can giving energy. If you want to help, you can do. The mind of the universe happily give you abilities. Every Sunday, the Sunday ceremony actually, happily give abilities to your ancestors. If you want to share this love, whatever you receive, as like a parent for everybody, he opened the door. So you don't have any abilities. You do have abilities. And for me, personally, I don't have any. And I play Chondonim. Chondonim, there are so many people here. I needed to share your abilities, your love, your energy. I'm ready for it. Can you use me? Yeah, he used me, and then transformation happening. I didn't do anything. Human beings, what we can offer, not much. When you're dealing with the life, where life is coming from the mind of the universe, whether you believe God or the heaven, doesn't matter. The life is coming from the source, so that it's coming here. Who's in charge of the life? The mind of the universe. If people receive the enough the light energy, they know how to take the physical life. Physical life is no problems. But thing is, throughout the generation, they didn't know who they are, what they should do. And then you don't know, and then as a result, you create so many issues, so many problems. It's not your issues, no problems. These problems is affecting other people, society, and the world. So, and then on the next visit, what we can do, when you join our activities, you can give treatment, or we can put our mind together, matter. We can visit each people. You see how they accept the treatment, transformation. There are a lot of ways we are helping the people. With the matter, with the food, with the money, we are helping physically. The other is with the mind. You share your experience, You're giving the life counselor. You're giving your life experience, your knowledge. You're helping people, mind level. Or if you share the light energy from the universe, you share the invisible life, the spiritual help. There are the three different levels. People, they do have a different level of all the help. But now, what we are doing here, we regained our original nature. We regained the divine nature. There's no difference between human beings and the mind of the universe. Only different thing is because of the body, we have to take care of our physical body with the matter. And this one is the tool for mind of the universe. So that's what we are learning here. That's what we have to learn during our life too. One day we died, when we go, nobody gonna stay here forever. And if somebody come here, they go. And then somebody have a trouble. It's not the end of the story. You see, the people think that, okay, people have a certain problem. With my eyes, with my understanding, with my experience, what having the pain or the trouble, they finish the physical life at the end? No, it's not that. It's not that. All the trouble continue. That's why taking care of our life is so important. Physical life, the mental, spiritual life, so important. When you're thinking about this one, how lucky you are, how blessed you are, and compare with the people's life, and when you see what they've been through, what you're going through, you can make a comparison, and how you're going to accept your life. You can see your life in a different way, and then, but anyway, we can offer the treatment, and then we can put our mind together, the matter, spirit, giving the invisible life, physical life together. We can help the people. Then, by helping the people, they getting help with the gratitude, they feel happy, they regain the happy life. When we give the things with our love, we regain our real happiness. That's how we support each other. The world that should happen. If this is not happening, is there going to be end? It's going to be end. Where we are heading, it could end. Somebody have to do a lot of this sort of the work. And can you imagine? That's why we have the ancestral healing. It's from the mind of the universe. Mind of the universe desperately want to help the people to understand who you are, what you should do. And then all the ancestors who passed away, they need to return. That's why we have two methods here. Energy the method. Energy training that you are doing. Ancestral healing. And in spite of busy schedule, I visit the home visit, I did a 4-house angel ceremony, and then do a lot of other things. And then they saw the helpers. How could you manage your life like that? How could you possibly manage your life? I've never seen the work, the real devotion, the master, your devotion, your sacrifice. I've never seen. Even the lady who followed the Guru for a long time. And then I told her, this is the beginning. You see, next time, our ability is going to grow. You're going to see more. And then, so our ability is growing. And because you see, there are a lot of suffering, so many suffering here. We do have a suffering, but the world have the suffering. We have so many issues. But the thing is that what is the key is, when if we receive the energy and the love, the light from the universe, healing takes place. Cultivation takes place. When cultivation, that healing takes place, we know what we have to do. We know what we are doing. From what we are doing, we value our life. We appreciate our life. We feel so grateful. And then, but anyway, we have to take care of two sides, the spiritual side and the physical life. The physical life always has to be a tool for our spiritual training. But anyway, recently we moved to this place. We've been working really hard, the masters. And then if we have the mind to take care of personal life, we wouldn't be able to do this work. I don't want to do it. It's too tough. At the same time, very tough. At the same time, there's a really rewarding, because every moment, of course, there's human beings, there's a limitation. Every moment, every hours, every day, thinking about the preparation, what do I have to do? How can I make myself available for mind of the universe use through my body and the mind? Am I ready? This is my life, actually. That's why I don't have any regret about my life, because I'm struggling, but I'm never stop. And all the masters, we have the same intention, same attitude. And then, if we everybody, the last week I asked the master to make a brochure to encourage each one of the trainees to advertise, let people know about sharing what we are doing, share what we are doing with the people. If we bring more people here, they can get benefit, they can get blessing, they start the new life again, so that if they regain their happiness, they do the right things for their ancestors. I'm sure that they're not going to do the better things. They can offer the more things. So I think from now on, if everybody feel more responsible for bring people here more. If more people bring here, and we have the leaflet, if you to share, you practice your heart. That way, I'm sure that we have more people here. We have more people here, then we can be free from this center. More people get involved in our activities outside. More people here, they can share what they have. If they have the matter, they can share. They have a heart, they can share the heart. They have ability, they can share with the people. And we are reaching this level. So, and when we do work together, I'm sure that we do something for the people and the world. And that's where we are now. And so anyway, I have to finish here. I was asked the Master Jin and the Master Nam to share the experience, but it takes too long time. I think you've been saying enough today. And next week, we see a little bit more. We addicted more nicely. And from now on, we have to touch the people, get them involved in what they should do for themselves, for others, which is our real training here. Is given by mind of the universe. If we do beautiful things, if the people who see the invisible world, I think people, they put the real priority for their real practice with their heart, cultivating their spirit, no matter what condition they're under. But fortunately or unfortunately, we don't see invisible things, so that we tend to forget. What the Chanmonim said, the Mother Grandma said is, we have 3 blessings she talked about. First blessing is, human being, first blessing is ability to forget. Good things and the bad things, we forget. So that this is a real blessing, and you have a certain, negativities about somebody, or if you have a real turmoil, such a suffering, it lasts forever. I don't think you wouldn't be able to cope with your life. But because of your ability to forget, you can forget. You can deal with your life. Forgetfulness is our real blessing. Of course, because of that, we have to remind ourselves all the time. And the other one is energy training that we are doing. The last one is ancestor healing. But anyway, thank you for your effort, and I hope you receive as much as you can. To receive, you see, the law of nature is a give and take. The mind of the universe is a perfect science. If you use your heart, your giving, you will receive more. I was reading the passenger ceremony for the Sarah today. It's really, I was enjoying reading the ceremony. Sometimes it's very, very tough. Sometimes I walk away from reading the ceremony. I didn't want to read the ceremony. I don't want to read the ceremony. In certain cases, somebody doesn't put the heart in it, and I lost the position. I can't ask Chanjani for help. What he can give, there's no space for him to give. And then, but because of her beautiful, the heart, the mother, family work, teamwork was so beautiful, and the Master Jin's work, so powerful. I called their ancestors. I've never seen my experience so far. My experience. I called somebody, ancestors, receiving so much abilities. Nothing is free in this world. If you give, you receive. You put your heart in it. That's what you receive. That's why there is nothing you can complain about. In law of nature, if you do the things you should do, blessing is coming to you. The things you want to achieve is come to you. Sometimes it takes time, but it's happening. So now, I'm just encouraging the reason why we're sharing what's happening in the world. Because this is when you see somebody in trouble, what do you have to do? You have to use your heart. For them? No. For yourself. And then any of the opportunities given to us, you see that we coming with nothing. We go with nothing. If I'm talking about this one, what are you talking about? I need the money so much desperately. And you are here, you don't have anything. You can say that. For me, like if I am not here, I'm outside. My life is physically, financially, it's enough, more than enough. It's no problems. But thing is just like this. We come here, and then we live with nothing. If you have a lot, you're about to die. Can you die peacefully? What you have is too much. You can't live in this world because of this. If we understand what is matter, what is our body, we know body is a tool for cultivation, giving, practice. What are we having? It's practice to give. We are nothing but the original, the nature, the divine nature. We have a divine nature. We have divine beings with the physical matter. That's what we should remind ourselves every day, every single day. Then we are not wasting time here. because of the car, because of the certain thing, attachment, you're wasting time. That is the truth. But the hearing about the truth is so painful, so aching. But that is the truth. I hope that if you sincerely treat yourself, open your heart, the fear, what's happening, the communication between yourself and the mind of the universe, the message is coming, ability is coming, and the guidance is coming. And you just follow the instruction you're receiving. That is how the lives should happen. But we don't allow that to happen because of fear, attachment. But anyway, we're not going to live here for a long time. We have a best chance to cultivate ourselves. And then that's why we are here. Why we have a Sunday ceremony? Remind ourselves where we come from. Why we have to bother to have a ceremony to offer to the mind of the universe, which is invisible beings. Because that remind ourselves we are not physical beings. Oh, somebody created me, send me here. Remind me ourselves what I am, who I am, what I have to do. The Sunday ceremony is the most important ceremony. This is the very spiritual training. You have a direct connection with the mind of the universe. That's why the mind of the universe opened the door to humankind. Okay, if you want to have a real heart, okay, you can join the ceremony. You show your heart, you can have a blessing. You can receive anything that you need. If you're ready this much, I can give this much. This is law of nature. This is a communication is happening Sunday ceremony. And then you receive abilities. And then we do energy training for yourself. We do the ancestral healing for our ancestors. So not just Sunday ceremony. I hope that all the people in this world respect the mind of the universe and respect their ancestors. And then use the time really, really preciously in doing their life. So that when they finish their life, they go back to where they come from and do the main job given by mind of the universe. So we are having tests here, examination, everybody. But anyway, thank you for your effort. Thanks to you, your ancestors can be with you. And you are here as a representative of all your family and all those who don't know about mind of universe. So that's why you have a lot of responsibilities for receiving things as much as you can. If you receive a lot, I'm sure that you can give. Okay, I'm gonna transmit the abilities now. Thank you very much. 하늘 천녀님 전에 상신하옵니다. 천녀님의 명에 의해 해진 오선탁, 금일에 함께하는 모든 제자와 가족, 선대부대 조상님에게, 또한 금일에 천재를 봉양하는 사라웨스턴 가족, 모든 가족들에게, 선대부대 조상님에게 본향과 도당 가시미리까지 천주님의 능력을 하사할 것이옵니다. 천주님이시여 모든 만생만물을 창조하시옵고 주지하시오며 사랑과 자비로서 분만하시고 잉태하시며 길러주시는 천주님의 크신 은혜에 감사드리오며 어찌하면 저희들이 천주님의 마음이 되고 몸이 되고 능력이 되어 천주님의 뜻을 받을 수 있을지 언제나 천주님 전에 민구스럽기 그지없사옵니다. 하오나 받들고 이 역사를 하고자 하는 그 마음 언제나 변함이 없사옵니다. 천주님이시여 저희들의 부족한 마음 어여삐 봐주시옵고 크신 사랑으로서 만져주시옵고 전 자비로서 품어주시와 저희들의 모든 잘못을 용서하여 주시옵고 언제나 천주님의 마음이 되고 몸이 되어 온 누리에 천주님을 알려서 모든 자들이 하늘을 경배하고 우러받들며 선대우대 조상님을 기리고 받드는 아름다운 이 세상이 하루빨리 도래하여 하늘과 땅이 어우러지는 태평성대 광명시대가 펼쳐져 갈 수 있기를 기원하며 부족하고 미흡한 몸과 마음이나마 열심히 갈고 닦고 청정을 하여 천녀님 전에 바치고 천녀님의 뜻을 따라갈 것이옵니다. 천녀님이시여 함께하여 주시고 크신 축복과 능력으로 모든 자 마음을 어루만져 주시고 채워주시고 하늘에 있음을 그들이 몸과 마음으로 느껴 천녀님을 증거해 갈 수 있기를 축원하고 또 기원하면서 일주일은 전정 인류 구원의 사업을 이뤄갈 수 있는 저희들이 되게 하여 최선의 노력을 기울여갈 것을 가슴속 깊이 다짐하며 천녀님 전에 맹세해드리고 있사옵니다. 천녀님이시여 함께해 주시고 또한 크신 능력을 베풀어 주실 것을 천녀님 전에 기도 올리며 능력을 하소할까 하옵니다. From now on, I'm gonna transmit 천녀님's abilities. 지금부터 천녀님의 명에 의해 해진 오순탁 일원에 들어서서 마음으로 정하유는 일원의 영장을 여러분에게 하사합니다. 지금부터 천녀님의 명에 의해 해진 오순탁 일원에 들어서서 마음으로 정하유는 이런 영장을 여러분에게 하사합니다. 지금부터 천녀님의 명에 의해 해진 오순탁 일원에 들어서서 마음으로 정하유는 이런 영장을 여러분에게 하사합니다. 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 하늘 심의준법 지금부터 천주님의 명에 의해 해진 오순탁 하늘심법 각탕제별 영장을 여러분에게 하사합니다. 각탕제별 영장을 하사합니다. 각탕제별 영장을 하사합니다. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you received a lot and complete your wishes. Today, on behalf of all of us and our ancestors and Sarah and the family, sponsoring Sunday ceremony. So please give them for the praise. It's quite late, but please enjoy the food. This food is blessed food. So if you're eating the food, your ancestors enjoying the food through you. That's what is happening Sunday. Your ancestors, they are allowed to share the food with you after Sunday ceremony. Only Sunday ceremony. That's what is happening. The the divinity, they allow the ancestors to take a blessing through the food. So please enjoy the food. Okay, we finish ceremony. Please stand up. 하늘 천녀님이셔 이상으로 금일의 의식을 마칠 것이옵니다. 함께하신 천녀님이셔 감사드리옵니다. 주님께 경배 맥스 바우스. 아이고 고생 많았습니다 우리.
Yeah, just before everybody goes, is it on? Yeah. Okay. Just if I can have everyone's attention just before you leave. I think everyone's still here. Okay, just very, very quickly. This week we've had a lot of success with advertising. We actually ordered the leaflets and they've all gone. We've got none left to give. So we just want to say thank you to everybody who's taken leaflets. We're going to be ordering more this week so that we can keep going out and telling more people about the centre. The other thing I wanted to mention is that next week David is sponsoring the ceremony. So we really want to make this really beautiful and put a lot of energy into it. We all really enjoyed preparing for this one. So really thank you to Sarah and Janet for your heart. We could really feel it. It was really beautiful. But next week we also have 2 events, which means that we'll be more short-staffed in the centre. We don't have as many masters here to do the cooking and cleaning and flower arranging and cleaning the jeggies and the centre. And we also need more hands to go out on the events as well. So if you can spare time next Saturday or Sunday to either join an event or come to the centre to help clean and help prepare, it's a wonderful experience to work together in the centre. And it's also a really good way to enhance your training if you come out and join us at the we have an event with Marie Curie Cancer Care. We'll be going to a big rugby tournament next Saturday where they have 26 teams playing. It's a family fun day and we'll be there giving treatments. And the other is a community event at Queen's Crescent, which I think is in East London, but we will also be giving treatments here as well. So if you can join those, that'll be really, really great. Thank you very much. Enjoy the food. Okay. Yeah. Mm. And also, hello, and thank you to everyone who joined online today. Have a wonderful Sunday. Hope you can all come and see us at the London Centre soon and share in the food as well. Thank you for all your efforts in training, and please always keep in touch with us. Let us know how we can really support you even more. Take care. Bye-bye.